Hey everyone, welcome back to the B Kim's channel. If you're considering upgrading your home wireless network, you've probably come across some confusing terms like dual band, tri-band, and quad band. What do they mean and which one's right for you? Well, don't worry, we're breaking it all down today. We're gonna dive deep into the world of router bands and I'll give you the lowdown on what each one does. We'll figure out if you need to level up to a tri-band or even a quad band router, or if a trusty dual band will do the trick. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's best for your home network, whether it's for streaming, gaming, or just browsing. Alright, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of dual band, tri-band, and quad band routers, let's break down what a band actually means in the context of Wi-Fi. Think of it like lanes on a highway. Each band is like a separate lane for your data to travel on. The more lanes you have, the less traffic congestion you'll experience and the faster your devices can connect and transfer data. Now there are two main Wi-Fi frequency bands we're dealing with here: 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. You've probably seen these when connecting to your Wi-Fi network. The 2.4 GHz band is like the old reliable highway. It's been around for a while, it has a longer range, and it can penetrate walls and obstacles pretty well, but because it's been around for so long, it's also pretty crowded with devices, which can slow things down. On the other hand, the 5 GHz band is like the newer, faster highway. It offers more bandwidth, meaning it can handle more data at once, and it's less congested since not as many devices use it. However, the trade-off is that it has a shorter range compared to 2.4 GHz, and it might struggle to penetrate walls and other obstacles as effectively. So when you see a router advertised as dual band, it means it can operate on both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies simultaneously. This gives your devices the flexibility to connect to the band that's best for them at any given time. It's like having two lanes on your highway instead of one, which can definitely help with traffic flow. Let's start with the most common type dual band routers. These are like the workhorse of the router world. They offer a good balance of speed, range, and affordability, making them a solid choice for most households. As we discussed earlier, dual band routers broadcast on both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies. Now you might be wondering, how do my devices know which band to connect to? Well, most modern routers are smart enough to automatically steer your devices to the best band based on their capabilities and network conditions. This is often referred to as band steering or smart connect. So for example, if you're streaming a 4K movie on your smart TV, the router might connect it to the less congested 5 GHz band for smoother playback. Meanwhile, your smart speaker playing music in the background might be perfectly fine on the 2.4 GHz band, even if it's a bit more crowded. Dual band routers are usually a good fit for smaller homes or apartments with a moderate number of devices. If you're not constantly pushing your network to its limits with heavy downloading, online gaming, or streaming on multiple devices simultaneously, a dual band router will likely do the trick. They offer a reliable and cost-effective way to enjoy a solid Wi-Fi experience without breaking the bank. Now let's step things up a notch and talk about tri-band routers. These are like the superhighways of the Wi-Fi world, offering even more bandwidth and speed for demanding households. So instead of just two bands, tri-band routers have three 2.4 GHz band and two separate 5 GHz bands. Think of it like having an extra lane on that 5 GHz highway, giving your data even more room to zoom along. This is particularly beneficial if you have a lot of devices that are heavy internet users, like multiple people streaming 4K content, gaming online, or downloading large files simultaneously. With a tri-band router, you're less likely to experience slowdowns or buffering even during peak usage times. It's like having a dedicated fast lane for your most demanding tasks, while still having the other lanes open for your other devices. Now it's important to note that tri-band routers are typically more expensive than dual band routers. So it's really about assessing your needs and budget. If you have a large home with a lot of devices and you're constantly pushing your network to its limits, a tri-band router can be a worthwhile investment for a smoother and faster Wi-Fi experience. Chapter 4: Quad band routers, the future is here. Alright, now we're stepping into the realm of serious speed with quad-band routers. These are like the hyperloops of the Wi-Fi world, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with home networking. So, what makes a quad-band router different? Well, it adds a whole new frequency band to the mix 6 GHz. This is like building a brand new super fast and super wide highway exclusively for your Wi-Fi traffic. The 6 GHz band offers significantly more bandwidth than even 5 GHz, and it's also much less congested since it's relatively new. This means you can expect blazing fast speeds, incredibly low latency, and rock-solid stability, even if you have a ton of devices connected and running demanding applications simultaneously. We're talking about the ability to download massive files in seconds, stream 8K content without a hiccup, and game online with virtually no lag. Now, quad-band routers are still relatively new, and as you might expect, they come with a premium price tag. But, if you're a serious tech enthusiast, a hardcore gamer, or you simply want the absolute best Wi-Fi performance money can buy and future-proof your home network, a quad-band router is definitely something to consider. Chapter 5. Extending your Wi-Fi range. Okay, so we've talked about different router bands, but what if you have a larger home and you're struggling to get a strong Wi-Fi signal in every room? That's where Wi-Fi range extenders and mesh systems come in. First up, range extenders. These are like little signal boosters that you plug into an electrical outlet in an area where your Wi-Fi signal is weak. They grab the existing signal from your router and rebroadcast it, extending the reach of your network. Range extenders are generally affordable and easy to set up, making them a quick fix for dead zones. However, keep in mind that range extenders do have some limitations. They typically create a separate network name, so you might have to manually switch between networks as you move around your home. Plus, they don't always offer the fastest speeds, especially if you're far away from the main router. Chapter 6. Mesh Wi-Fi Systems, the seamless solution. Now, if you're looking for a more seamless and robust solution for extending your Wi-Fi coverage, mesh systems are the way to go. Mesh systems consist of multiple units or nodes that you place strategically throughout your home. These nodes all work together to create a single, unified Wi-Fi network, so you don't have to deal with multiple network names or manually switching between them. Mesh systems are known for their ease of use, consistent coverage, and generally faster speeds compared to range extenders. Plus, they often come with user-friendly apps that let you manage your network, monitor device connections, and even set parental controls. Of course, mesh systems are generally more expensive than range extenders, but they offer a more elegant and powerful solution for eliminating dead zones and ensuring a strong Wi-Fi signal throughout your entire home. Chapter 7. Other tips for boosting your Wi-Fi. Now, even with the best router and Wi-Fi system in place, there are a few additional things you can do to optimize your home network and squeeze out every bit of performance. First, make sure your router is in a central location, preferably elevated and away from obstructions. Thick walls, metal objects, and appliances can all interfere with Wi-Fi signals, so positioning your router strategically can make a big difference. Second, keep your router's firmware up to date. Manufacturers often release firmware updates that improve performance, security, and add new features. So it's a good idea to check for updates periodically. Third, if you're comfortable tweaking settings, you can try experimenting with different Wi-Fi channels. Sometimes, switching to a less congested channel can improve speeds and reduce interference. Most routers have a channel analysis tool that can help you find the best option. Chapter 8. Choosing the right router for you. So, with all that said, how do you choose the right router for your needs? Well, it really comes down to a few key factors. First, consider the size of your home and the number of devices you use. For smaller homes or apartments with a few devices, a dual-band router is usually sufficient. For larger homes or households with a lot of devices, a tri-band or even a quad-band router might be a better choice. Second, think about your internet usage habits. If you primarily browse the web, check email, and stream the occasional video, a dual-band router will likely meet your needs. But if you're a heavy gamer, you stream 4K content on multiple devices simultaneously, or you download large files frequently, you'll benefit from the extra speed and bandwidth of a tri-band or quad-band router. And finally, don't forget about your budget. Routers can range in price from under $50 to over $500, so it's important to set a realistic budget and choose a router that offers the best value for your money. Outro wrap-up and call to action. So to recap, dual-band routers are perfect for smaller homes or fewer devices. Tri-band routers offer more bandwidth, ideal for larger homes or busy networks. Quad-band routers with 6 GHz are best for top-notch performance and future-proofing. And when it comes to extending your Wi-Fi range, remember to place your router centrally, consider mesh systems or extenders, and optimize your settings. Choosing the right router depends on your home size, the number of devices you use, and your internet speed needs. Hopefully this video helps clarify your options. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more tech tips. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.